Let's talk about everything you might have missed after the early access release of Paralives. Guys, there is so much to talk about, and over the past few days have been absolutely wild. Not only did Paralives sell over 250,000 copies in just 8 hours after launching into early access, but the developers have now confirmed that they've already made enough money to last the studio a very, very, very long time. We're going to be talking about so many different things, and of course, I would love to hear your opinions down below in the comments because, y'all, some of these topics are juicy. And let's not even forget and mention the Sims team acknowledging Paralives and why some people think it was shade, and because not only that, but it was a post and delete. Now, they have been very transparent throughout the entire past couple of years of leading up to the early access. So we're going to be talking about the roadmap for the next 2 years, the brand new patch 8 update that just dropped, and whether Paralives is actually proving that multiple life simulations can coexist together. Now, with that all being said, before I even get into this, I do want to quickly say, what is up, guys? My name's the Simian. My name is Yen. I play life simulation games. Did you see what I did there? And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. We talk all things life simulation, and you guys have been itching for a news information video from me for a very long time. So I was like, you know what? Today's the day. We're going to drop a news info video, but there is so much to talk about. And I want to get into how Paralives has already made over $10 million. So first things first, Paralives team recently revealed that the game has already generated enough revenue to keep the studio operating for a very long time. So if you do the quick math, the game sold over 250,000 copies in just the first 8 hours. And of course, that already is 10 million in revenue at $39.99 per copy US dollars. And that's only counting those first reported sales. That doesn't include additional purchases after day one, and that doesn't include future sales that have already hit. Now, that doesn't include people who are waiting for reviews before buying, so realistically, the number is likely to grow every single day. Full transparency from the Paralives developers, they've been showing players their progress for years. They showed unfinished systems, shown mistakes, improvements, feedbacks, and now players are actually rewarding the transparency by sticking with them and purchasing the game. So because so many gamers today feel disconnected from developers, Paralives spent years inviting players into the development process, and now we're seeing this finally pay off. So with that all that success came, congratulations. And with that congratulations, one interesting life simulation game ended up stating, congratulations to the Paralives team, which was The Sims. They said, Sul Paralives back from holiday, and this was a quick post and delete. It was to the point where even I thought this was fake or AI generated just because of how fast they put this out there, and I wasn't able to see that. I did look over on the Sims site and it was nowhere to be found in any of their tweets, but apparently this was a reply back from Paralives, not exactly a direct tweet on their site. Now, if you look at the simscommunity.info, it did say that they ended up saying Gratzulu on the launch, and of course, it was like the little cupcake. Now, this is a thank you for the 250,000 copies sold in 8 hours. They are responding back saying Gratzulu, and you can actually go look at this right now under that post. So they were saying thank you, but a lot of people felt that this was kind of some shade. Now, some people immediately started questioning the timing. Others felt like the Sims, only acknowledged Paralives because comparisons between the two games have become impossible to ignore. And then there were rumors that an earlier post may have been deleted before another version was posted, which I did just show you guys. So some Simmers appreciated the congratulations, others felt a little skeptical, and others thought people were reading into this way too much. Now, I do want to quickly get into some Simmers tweets because Simmers have a lot to say about this situation because, again, some people are reading it as shade. Now, one Simmer in particular ended up stating that they have absolutely no doubt it's because a bunch of people came from them in the comments. Someone else said they didn't even just delete it, they reposted it as a reply to the launch post Paralives made. I literally just saw it before seeing this one. And as y'all can see, they ended up posting early access and said live sim fans are eating good. Now, someone else said proof of deleted comments from the Sims team. So this was completely legit, guys. There is actual screenshots and proof of deleted comments. Someone else ended up saying, let me guess, people threw a bunch of shit at the Sims in the comments. Now, let me know how y'all feel about this because a lot of Simmers are saying so many different things, saying that they did keep their list of on Enzoy, so I don't think it's that personal. Some people were saying that it's not that deep. Some people even said the PR team right now is scrambling. So there's a lot of things going on right now with that whole jazz, but personally, I think it's nice seeing developers publicly support each other, because at the end of the day, competition isn't necessarily a bad thing. Competition can lead to, good things to come out of this. But again, y'all, we know how the Sims team is. So a kind of, some people were saying that it wasn't the Sim gurus, it was the actual, EA behind that. So I don't know, competition does give players more choices, and I don't think that's ever a bad thing. So what are y'all opinions down below in the comments about that? But we are going to get into a couple of other things, such as the early access. So now, again, early access isn't perfect, but they are already trying to fix things. So let's talk about that. Honestly, that really did impress me when they immediately came out with bug improvements already built in game, where you can, even submit whether or not a feedback of the bug report, so that you are aware of that. So because members, Paralives has already only been in early access for a few days, they're already rolling out fixes. And one of the biggest complaints I kept seeing on TikTok and Twitter involved fires. So we're going to get into that in just a little bit. But I do think that it's an awesome that they are providing that game pack feedback just in general for players to be able to report. Now, again, fires have been really involved with the gameplay of it all, and they did say that they were going to fix that. And if you've been watching Paralives content, you've probably seen a lot of the chaos over on TikTok, because people have been posting and, just sharing overall, has anybody else been having this bug issue? Some of the newest fixes include improved memory management to reduce crashes, improvements to save systems to reduce corrupted save files, fire extinguishers and firefighters being easier to use, and Paris now having a chance to automatically extinguish fires, and stairs can no longer catch on fire. Honestly, the last one probably saved a lot of households, because y'all, let's be real, I've seen a lot of TikToks and it's been going crazy. They also fixed things like item duplication, lip color issues when switching presets, and loading screens are 20% faster. Would love to know down below in the comments, did you guys experience any of this? Along with the roadmap, there is so much. I want to talk about the roadmap because it's honestly pretty exciting. And from June to September, the team says that they'll be focusing heavily on bug fixes, quality of life performances, and gameplay tweaks and stability improvements, which honestly makes a lot of sense, because before adding tons of brand new content, the foundation of this game needs to be solid. So I'm excited about it. They said that we're going to be getting weather, seasons, pools, pets, and even major additions. And I feel like that is going to be a lot within itself. And they did say that they plan on putting some of this majorly in the last quarter of 2026. And we could definitely see from improvements from early access till all the way till next year of the first year of being in early access. So we're going to be seeing a lot of updates happening really fast, because again, they did say that they're going to be trying to put as much stuff into early access as possible, so that on the 2-year launch, it will be there. So what we're playing now is just the beginning, y'all, and we're I don't know, and considering how much content is already being planned, the game could be dramatically different in a year or two. Let me know down below in the comments. But I quickly want to talk about, can multiple life sims succeed? And the reason I say that is because there has been so much discourse between Enzoy, The Sims, and Paralives. Now, we saw it with Enzoy, we saw it with Paralives, and one thing I've noticed over and over again in the life simulation community is that there's this idea that only one can be successful or a winner. And I don't agree with that mindset, and I don't agree with it personally. I think that Paralives needs to be, Paralives is not going to replace The Sims. I don't think The Sims needs to beat Paralives. I don't think Enzoy needs to, destroy both games. And I just feel like, why can't all three just coexist? Because to me, they all offer something different. The Sims has its own style. Enzoy has its own style. Paralives got its own style. And they're honestly different vibes, y'all. They're different gameplay. They're different communities. And that's exactly what's healthy for the genre. Now, as far as communities, okay, we might all be one coexisting and talking amongst one another, but y'all get what I mean. I feel like that's actually healthy for the genre to have multiple life simulation games out at once. I think there is a place and room for everybody. So people who play Paralives might not like The Sims. People who play Enzoy might not like Paralives, and so on and so forth. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be this one up, a push against the wall saying that, no, this one is top tier and the rest can, you know what I mean? Everybody can have their own opinions. And I do think that all these life simulation games can coexist with one another. And right now we're living in one of the most exciting periods of life simulation games right now, y'all, because we have so much to look forward to, and there's only but so much that we've had for a very long time. We do know that The Sims was at the top for a very, very, very long time, but with Enzoy and Paralives, I do feel like, again, there is just this level of refreshment of life simulation games that we've been wanting to see. So I don't know. I want to hear from y'all. Do y'all think Paralives transparency is like one of the main reasons it is finding success? Or what do y'all think about also the Sims like acknowledging Paralives? Because that post and delete thing was kind of crazy. It's not, now again, Paralives isn't perfect, but it is early access. And I think the developers are showing all the right signs, but listening to players and pushing updates quickly. So I'm excited to see where things go next. And if you enjoyed this video, thank y'all so much for watching, because I truly do appreciate it. Again, whether you're a silent viewer, you like my videos, you share my videos, or you comment on my videos, at the end of the day, you still showed me some love, and for that, I thank you. I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye!